We have behind me community leaders, business leaders, DeKalb County leaders, city leaders, public safety officials as well, to acknowledge the tremendous partnership that DeKalb County has had with Gas South, who is a great corporate partner, not only here in DeKalb County, but throughout the region as well. So today we are announcing the additional contribution of Gas South through the partnership with DeKalb County of this investment with the Police Alliance. The Police Alliance is a unique organization that its foundation is intended to support the work of our men and women in law enforcement in DeKalb County. Now, with this partnership between Gas South and DeKalb County, we are now expanding the support of our law enforcement officials, not only in DeKalb County government as a whole, but within our cities as well. So we also have behind me are mayors of our cities, many of our cities here. We have former Mayor Bill Floyd of downtown Decatur. We are standing here in downtown Decatur. We have Mayor Eric Clarkston here with us, Mayor Ed Reichert, Mayor Deborah Jackson, and I believe Mayor Mike Davis. If he is not here, he'll be joining us from Dunwoody as well. We have many of their police chiefs represented here today, and we're just excited about this partnership that we have entered into, well, continuing with Gas South. Now, what's important about this investment is that this investment in the Police Alliance will allow the Police Alliance to support our law enforcement officials through a life insurance policy. You know, at one time we had been supporting through the work of the Police Alliance with a life insurance policy that will contribute $100,000 to the family and of those fallen police officers in DeKalb County. That life insurance policy went a very long way to support the families through the ultimate sacrifice that our men and women put forward in laying their lives down. So in an unfortunate death of a law enforcement individual in DeKalb County, their families would have the ability of realizing the $100,000 life insurance policy. Now, in times past, that $100,000 had been reduced to a minuscule level of $10,000. And through this partnership with Gas South, we now have the ability now to contribute again to our law enforcement officials a life insurance policy of $100,000. Now, that is a phenomenal announcement that we can brag about here in DeKalb County to support our men and women in law enforcement. Now, I'm going to bring up our president, CEO of Gas South, but before I do that, I want to bring up our presiding officer for the Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Larry Johnson, to speak on behalf of the Board of Commissioners. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you, CEO May, and all the folks who are gathered here today. This is an important alliance, a collaboration that we're doing with the Police Alliance, and it goes back a few years when the Alliance first started with their first $100,000 policy. I had two officers that work our area in District 3, it's Officer Barker and Bryan. They were murdered. It was tragic, and the policy had just started then, and it was able to help that family out in a big way, both of those families. Now we're able to do this partnership again at $100,000, and I want to thank Gas South and the partnership, the Chamber, and all the folks who contributed to this behind us. So all of our officers and public safety officials in DeKalb County will be covered in some sense of security for their families, for people who make the ultimate sacrifice for us each and every day. So I'm excited about it. The Board of Commissioners are here to support it. We voted on it, we approved it, and we want to continue to make these things happen in DeKalb. This is a positive benefit for the men and women of our public safety department. So thank you all for the contributions that Gas South is making. Thank you for the volunteers who work at the Alliance, and thank you for us for making a difference in our community. God bless you all.
Mr. Presiding Officer, you know, we've worked really hard in DeKalb County to really begin to right the ship where our law enforcement community is concerned, giving them the resources that we believe they need to be successful. We understand that when they are successful, we as a county are successful, and we are a safer county as well. And allowing us to contribute to and invest in our law enforcement community is this tremendous partnership. And we have a true friend in Gas South, and even more importantly, a true friend in their leader, the president of Gas South, and a resident of Decatur, and a resident of DeKalb County, and Mr. Kevin Griner. So we're going to bring him up to the podium now to talk about this important relationship.
Thank you, CEO May, and thank you, Presiding Officer Larry Johnson. We're just delighted at Gas South to be part of this terrific initiative. The DeKalb Police Alliance is a great organization that you've heard has had a great history supporting and helping the men and women who put themselves in harm's way every day to keep our communities safe. And I can think of no better use of the funding from our program with DeKalb County than going to the DeKalb Police Alliance for the purposes of reinstating that life insurance policy at the $100,000 level. It is just a great way for us to celebrate the good things, the great things that are going on in DeKalb County. Another thing that I think is very important about this program is all officers throughout the county are covered. So that includes county officers, it includes city officers, and it includes school system officers as well. In all, over 1,000 individuals covered by this policy, and it provides that peace of mind that should tragedy strike, that their families will be well taken care of. So I really appreciate the work of CEO May, the work of Commissioner Johnson to make this happen, and the other commissioners in DeKalb. I also really appreciate all the work that the city mayors and council members did, being out here supporting this effort. And last but certainly not least, to all of the great police officers here today who keep our communities safe. We really appreciate the opportunity to work with you, appreciate the opportunity to have the funding from this program go to such a worthwhile cause, and we hope that that support grows over time. Our program with DeKalb at Gas South is a really nice one. It's a true win-win. Customers here in DeKalb County receive a discount on their natural gas service with Gas South, and then the funding that we provide goes to this great worthwhile cause. So we hope that through the announcement today that the participation will increase dramatically within DeKalb County. It's available for both existing and new customers of Gas South. They just have to register themselves as living in DeKalb and supporting this initiative, and then they'll be counted for the purposes of the program, and the funding will increase. So we really appreciate the opportunity to be here. Again, thanks to all the great men and women who are with us today, and we look forward to a long and continued relationship with DeKalb County and all of our cities going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Mr. President, Gas South is really doing a tremendous job, and this partnership is really a great one for our men and women throughout the county. We're going to move on now and bring up our interim chief of police, Chief James Conroy, who is a 20-plus veteran of DeKalb County Police, and we're going to have our director of our DeKalb County Deputy COO for Public Safety to stand with him to just talk about what this really means to our DeKalb County Police Department.
Good morning. On behalf of my fellow chiefs of police and all the law enforcement officers in DeKalb County, I want to thank Gas South and, of course, the DeKalb Police Alliance for their support and partnership throughout the years for law enforcement. Why is this important to us as police officers? First of all, this is one of those benefits that we would hope and pray that we would never have to use, but I'm a realist and I look at the history. We have a police memorial wall on the other side of this building with the 41 names of law enforcement officers who have died in service to DeKalb County and the municipalities within our county. I think most people will agree that police officers are not paid exactly what we wish we could pay them. And the risks and sacrifices that they make should be rewarded. This is a reward that doesn't directly benefit the police officer, but more importantly, benefits their families. Us as police officers, we do what we were getting into when we signed up for this career, but our families didn't necessarily have a decision in that agreement. So our officers can rest that our families will be taken care of if the worst should happen and if one of our officers is killed within the line of duty. I do want to take a moment to remind everybody that this Sunday is the 1-year anniversary of the death of DeKalb County Police Officer Ivory Klusman, who was killed on August 10, 2013 in service to the citizens of DeKalb County. But I thank everybody for your support, and I want to turn it over to my boss, Dr. Alexander.
That's okay. But anyway, again, not to be redundant, and I think it's pretty much clear from what we heard from Chief Conroy, but let me say on behalf of all the chiefs and all the law enforcement officials here in DeKalb County, we are so grateful for the opportunity to have this policy in place. And it means a lot to the officers that are out there doing this job as we speak, also to their families as well too. And again, thank you all very much on behalf of all the chiefs, all law enforcement throughout the county. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Conroy and Dr. Cedric Alexander for the tremendous work you're doing here in DeKalb County. We want to bring up now the Executive Director of the DeKalb Municipal Association, former Mayor of the City of Decatur. You know, this is an important relationship as well, because we have now expanded this life insurance policy to go beyond just the DeKalb County Police Department, but we've expanded it to all of the police departments within all of the cities here in DeKalb County as well. It's important to note that we are a family, we are one county, yes, different jurisdictions, but we support one another, and we support each other not just through talk, but in the resources that we are putting forward. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up Mayor Bill Floyd.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here this morning. It's not usually this hot in Decatur. It must be this event that's causing this, but I want to add my thanks to Gas South for, first of all, being willing to step up and do this. It's a tremendous act that they've done in cooperation with DeKalb County, and we are, the cities, on behalf of the cities, we are particularly grateful that they've allowed us to participate in this also. So my thanks, Kevin, to you, Gas South, for being willing to do this. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was watching TV, and I saw an officer in Minnesota or Wisconsin had been killed. And they had his picture, and they had his picture on his family on the screen. And it bothered me for a minute, okay? And so I watched it, and then I was going to get on with what I was doing, but he said something during that picture there that officers' deaths in the line of duty in the United States is up 46% this year. And that bothered me. And then I began to wonder, well, how many is that? You know, how many people is that? And then after a few minutes, as my mind works kind of slow at times, it dawned on me that really doesn't matter. If it was one, it was too many. And so we are particularly proud to be able to do something for our police officers who every day put their life on the line for us, for security. And sometimes the only mistake they make is to get up and go to work. That's the only thing they might do wrong that day, and then their family suffers for it. So while this is for us, it's nice to be able to stand here and do this and provide it. For those families, it means the world. So Kevin, thank you very much for being willing to do this, and to DeKalb County for being able to let the cities participate in this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor Floyd. I just want to acknowledge Commissioner Shambarn Sutton has joined us here this afternoon. You know, there's no greater love than someone who will lay down their life for another. And that's what our men and women in law enforcement do each and every day. And I want to give a special acknowledgement to our DeKalb Police Alliance, who this was their vision years ago to invest in this life insurance policy for our law enforcement officers in DeKalb County. And we have the chair of that board, Brian Shattuck, is here with us today. We have Jamie Tiernan, Carolyn Railing, Charlene Fang, and Demetra Abraham, who are members of the board of the DeKalb County Police Alliance. I want to thank you all for your leadership. Thank you for your commitment to our men and women in DeKalb County that are protecting us each and every day. So again, today is a great day, and we can rest assured that the families of and the loved ones of our police officers will have something financially that will take care of them in the worst case scenario of a death. We want to just remember those who have fallen. As Chief Conroy mentioned, there are well over 41 officers who have lost their lives in the history of DeKalb County that have been protecting our streets each and every day. Ivory Klusman, the last one to lose his life in Lithonia just a year. I actually had an opportunity to go onto the scene and experience that with our men and women, and it's just a heartbreaking moment. And so we're thankful that we can have an opportunity and invest in the lives of our men and women. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for your commitment, each and every one of you behind us. Let me give a special acknowledgement to Arnie Silver, who was one of the founding board of directors for the DeKalb County Police Alliance. And thank Leadership DeKalb for participating. Their executive director, Maria Vilas, is here with us as well. So thank you all for coming out, and we appreciate you all each and every day here in DeKalb County. Thank you.